NPR, this gets interesting. Nina Jankowicz told NPR that she shudders to think about free speech absolutists taking over social media platforms. Now, as a new member of the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, she's going to do what she can to restore order. But get this. In 2020, when Donald Trump was president, she said the executive branch had no business policing information. She actually called it anti-democratic. Take a look.
Imagine that, you know, with President Trump right now calling all of these news organizations that have inconvenient for him stories that they're getting out there, that he's calling fake news and now lashing out at platforms. I would never want to see our executive branch have that sort of power. I think we're seeing cooperation ramp up on a number of levels. So I will be completely honest and say that my program at the Wilson Center is partially funded by Facebook.
Note her admission at the end of that little speech. Now, her prior job at the Wilson Center was funded in part by Zuckerberg's Facebook. And in 2020, Zuckerberg, we know, spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to help turn out Democratic voters. And apparently, some of Zuckerberg's funds also helped Nina Jankowicz battle disinformation like this. Take a look.
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. When Rudy Giuliani shared that intel from Ukraine, or when TikTok influencers say COVID can cause pain, they're laundering disinfo, and we really should take note and not support their lies with our wallet, voice, or vote.
So we're supposed to trust that purveyor of misinformation, and that's going to be the person that polices our thoughts? Now, Jankowicz is obviously a far-left radical Democrat who believes her opinions are facts and your opinions are disinformation. Now, that's why she spread total BS about the Hunter Biden laptop and praised Hillary Clinton's dirty misinformation dossier author, Christopher Steele. By the way, that whole thing was debunked. And guess what? None of it was true. I guess she believed the story about hookers in Moscow and the Ritz-Carlton. All untrue. Ultimately, the bigger scandal here is not Jankowicz and her far-left politics. It's the existence in a free country of a government disinformation board. Our government does not get to decide what opinions are permissible. And that is simply not the American way. I don't know. I would think maybe somebody over there read the First Amendment, read the Constitution. It's up to we, the people, to fact-check the government, not the other way around. Now, government has always been and will always be the biggest offender of misinformation and disinformation. And, of course, for the past few years, big tech has played a massive role. Twitter has been arbitrarily banning conservatives, throttling accounts. Of course, we have shadow banning, blocking negative stories about Democrats. They've been protecting Democrats for years. But now Elon Musk, he's taken it over, and he's really just promising freedom of speech. And we have Twitter's liberal board. They're in a total freak-out, meltdown mode. They're all worried that all their important moderation will soon come to an end, and their platform will be scary and dangerous and a place filled with opinions that they can't take and they disagree with. Now, James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, obtained audio from an internal call among Twitter employees.